Now we have landed into this beautiful screen. On this left hand pane we see this menu icon. This is the PMT tank icon. This is the save option, export options, settings, user profile options, help section, and the 3D tank model, and this close icon. Now we can get some in settings. We will get the various icons, and we will get that light theme and dark theme. So now this is the beautiful dark theme over here. Now going back to the project details tab. In this tab we are seeing four actually tabs: project details, design data, wind seismic, and material. In this project details tab, user have to select all the project details over here. There is design data. User have to put some technical informations, just like from data sheets, just like tank diameter, height, all the liquid levels, the internal pressure, hydro test pressure inputs, and roof type selection, roof slope, rafter arrangement, either internal or external arrangement, or insulation thickness, bottom plate, corrosion informations, etc. Now this is the drop down for to select the supported roof or self-supported roof, dome roof or self-supporting dome roof, and further arrangements. Then going to another tab is wind seismic tab. In this tab we can see the wind seismic data that user can select according to the site conditions. Then another tab is material tab. In this material tab, as per API 5.28 table, all the materials are already preloaded over here. User have to select the material as per applicability. Now this section is for annular plate, this for bottom plate, this for roof compression ring, and user also type the materials for RF pad, manhole leg covers, and etc., and also for wind gunnels. Then the next main menu is the first tab is shell. In this shell, user can select the from two methods, either 1 foot method or variable design point method as per API 650 applicability. In this shell section, there is a first the material drop down. In this drop down, user can select the applicable materials from table 5.2a. This is the corrosion allowance section, where user can enter the customized corrosion allowance, the height of the each and every shell course, and according to it in breakdown it will evaluate design shell thickness and test thickness. So governing thickness is 8.12 from these two. Then user have to put higher thickness than 8.12. If user put it that 5 mm, then it is showing the fail message because it needs higher thickness. So I'm putting 10 mm over here. So accordingly I have already added 9 number of shell cores over here. Then this is the detailed calculation showing the first shell course, design shell thickness and evaluation of, and also test thickness evaluation. Then further going to next tab is impact test. In impact test it shows the applicability for impact test applicable or not for particular materials according to MDMT. So this message is showing impact test is not required for that. So for shell course 1 is taking at up to -9 degrees Celsius, and this impact test is got from the equations from API 650 table 4.3a, which is showing over here, right? In this pop-up user can get. Then further moving to the next tab is the insulation weight tab. In this tab user can enter the shell insulation value and roof insulation value as per applicability, and it will ask the height, density of insulation, thickness of insulation cover sheet, again density of insulation, and if user wants to put additional weights in this, so user can get the shell insulation as well as roof insulation. Then next moving to the next tab is the shell weight section. In the shell weight section, all total 9 shell courses weight is obtained over here. This is uncorroded weight, this is corroded weight section. Then this is the bottom plate section, this is the annular plate weight section. In this bottom plate section, I have got the minimum thickness of bottom sketch plate is 7.5, so I have already put it 8 mm over here. I have got for annular plate is 7.5, I have put it 8 thickness over here, so it is showing okay. If I'm putting 6 mm, then it is showing not okay. So it is quickly validates your thickness also. Then again going to the width of annular plate section, it is calculating as per API guidelines, and again it is showing 760 mm required width, and again I have put it 1000 mm which is greater than 760, and the message is provided width is adequate. Okay, so going to the further, it will smartly evaluating the total weight of annular plate and bottom plate. It is also showing the corroded weight of annular plate and bottom plates. Okay, let's move to the next tab is wind pressure. In wind pressure calculation, user have to select perform calculation as per various codes, just like IS, UBC, ASC and British standard. Right now I'm working with ASC 705 API 650 guidelines. Then your user have to put the exposure category as per API 650. So right now I'm selecting C over here. The importance factor, I'm selecting importance factor 2. Then further in velocity pressure calculation, I'm getting KZ value over here. Then in next section is the wind girder section. In the wind girder section, here we have the wind girder section is used to require the requirement of wind girder inside the tank. So this is also a checkbox which is indicating to check wind girder section in corroded condition or uncorroded condition. Right now I have ticked it, so it is performing calculation in corroded condition. Going further, right now I'm getting the WTR by H1 ratio is 0.9. It means I don't need any type of wind girder right now, but I'm showing you how to put wind girder. Okay, so I'm intentionally putting one wind girder over here. I'm putting at 9 meter height, and vertical distance is of course also 9 meter, so it is providing minimum section modulus. Then user have the ability to select from plate fabricated wind girder or standard wind girder. So right now I'm selecting standard wind girder. Then also there are various types of angle arrangements in this detail list in standard wind girder arrangement. After this going to further, then user have to select only intermediate option to perform intermediate wind girder calculations. Now moving further in roof calculations, the user have to select all the roof calculations according to the supported cone roof. So we already selected here the supported cone roof arrangement, that's why it is showing supported cone roof calculation. If we are selecting self-supported arrangement, then it will go to the self-supporting cone roof arrangement. Then moving further, before performing roof design calculation, user have to add some weights in weight summary calculation, just like shell weight, bottom plate weight are already reflected as we have performed. Then further it is going in the roof structure weights calculation, just like uncorroded weight and corroded weight. Then in spiral stairway weights, then all roof platform weights, nozzle weights, roof nozzle weights user have to put according to the shell weights. It will directly reflect over here, just like user have to increase the weights in shell miscellaneous by 5% and roof miscellaneous by 5%, or just any kind of custom value. Then further going to the roof calculation, these things are showing the detail of roof to shell configuration. User have to select the various configuration, just like curb angle and compression ring arrangement. Now quickly I will show you the curb angle arrangement over here, just like detail D as per figure F2 API 650. This is the curb angle arrangement. Now I am selecting detail I. This is the compression ring arrangement. Now it will quickly evaluate the uncorroded and corroded weight as per calculation. Then this is the rafter sufficiency check calculation. Further moving to, now this is the check for appendix F. Now it is showing it is failing in F. It means internal pressure is exceeding weight of shell plate and attached structural and roof plate attached structural weight. So I have to put the anchors. So now this is the decision tree updated as per the above conditions. Now this is the roof to shell junction sufficiency check calculations, and just like that all calculation gets performed. Then moving to the next section is the external pressure calculations. In external pressure calculations, again I have to select this checkbox to evaluate calculation by vacuum induced buckling in corroded condition. Now all required data I have to fill, and accordingly the external pressure calculation will get performed. Okay, this is the end stiffener sufficiency check calculation. This is the top end stiffener sufficiency check calculation. As per this, the all calculation gets performed. Then further moving to wind calculation. In this wind calculation, the various types of inputs we will get, just like basic wind speed that we have already evaluated in wind pressure calculation, then design wind speed and all of these factors, then wind load on various surfaces, just like API guidelines, just like PWS and PWR. These are the coefficients from API. Then again further moving, we will get the wind movement and wind shear force. Then further we have to, as this is the supported cone roof arrangement, we have to satisfy this criteria to prove that this tank does not need anchorage in wind calculation. So this criteria is not satisfied, means we need anchorage in wind calculation. So this is showing the message as per criteria is not satisfied, anchorage need in wind calculation. So further moving to the seismic calculation. In this seismic calculation, user have the ability to perform seismic calculation by using various codes, just like ASC 7 SP with AISC value, with UBC value, IS value, and etc. This is for, if you don't want to perform seismic, you have to select none option. The all calculation gets hidden up, just like this. Right now I'm selecting SS and S1 as per ASC 7. Now user have to select the seismic group as per API 650. Then user have to select seismic site class, then SS1 value. Then I have already got anchorage in roof as well as wind calculation, so I'm selecting anchorage in I'm selecting mechanical anchorage option instead of self-anchored option. Okay, further going to, this is TL 4 seconds as per this clause, and this is performed in the calculation. I'm quickly going to see the anchorage status. Now it is exceeding 1.54, hence I need anchorage in seismic calculation also. So in this way all the calculation is going to perform in background. Then weight summary calculations that we have already discussed. Then this is counterbalance calculation, as it is failing in roof F8, then counterbalancing calculation is mandatory. So here are the calculated counterbalancing weight. Then further moving to the uplift calculations. In this uplift calculation, I have to put material of construction for bolt, the yield stress of bolt, either FAT is applicable or not, I have to put over here. Right now I am in the case, so FAT is applicable. Okay, so now here I have to put the checkbox, either counterbalancing clause applicable or not. I am putting on this checkbox because counterbalancing calculation is right now applicable. So now from various uplift load cases it is evaluating, and it is showing the maximum cross section area of the bolt required by from these uplift load cases. So right now I am getting this 20276 mm square maximum bolt area. Then it is reflecting over here. I am selecting M40 bolt here and selecting 3 mm corrosion allowance. I have put a bolt circle diameter over here. So now I require 25.21 numbers of bolt. If I put 10 numbers of bolt, then it is showing the failing. So I am putting 40 numbers of bolts, so it is passing. Also the spacing, for minimum spacing for bolt, it is check is also there. Then from various uplift load cases, it is evaluating which is the governing load case and showing over here. So design pressure plus seismic is the governing load case for me right now for this calculation. Again going to anchor shear calculation. In the anchor shear calculation, the user have to put various inputs, just like the outside projection, top plate width, and bolt circle diameter, and bolt diameters, gusset plate thickness, and various thickness, etc. Further moving to the top plate design, then further moving to the chair height calculation, vertical plate calculation, and the weld sufficiency check calculation. Then again I am reaching to the last part, is foundation load data calculation. According to all of the weights putted, it is evaluating the total load. For example, in this case the total empty weight of tank is evaluated is 62.154 metric ton. This is the operating weight of the tank that I have got. This is hydro test weight of the tank according to the density. So now right now user can select extra percentage on wind shear force, wind movement to increase these loads by some amount of percent. Right now I have put it 10, user can put 5% also or put 15% also as per his applicability. Okay, further moving to this calculation, this completes the tank design calculation. Also there is another calculation is NXP calculation. This is the complementary calculation. This is for the allowable nozzle load calculation. User can select the nozzle type, inlet nozzle, nozzle size and vertical distance, installation temperature, etc. And after filling all of these fields, user get the limiting piping loads for these. For example, there is 12-inch nozzle which is located at 775 mm from top of the annular plate. So I'm getting limiting piping loads is 5291, MC load is 1062 and ML load is 1268. So I have to put my nozzle loads inside this limiting piping load to make these loads as a past. So if I put 7000 over here, then it is showing fail because it is exceeding the limiting piping loads. In such a way that user also can evaluate the nozzle load calculation by using NXP calculation. Another thing is this is the nozzle neck thickness calculations, which is going to perform that as per static head and as per internal pressure, nozzle neck thickness is going to be evaluated. This data is right now haven't filled, but user can perform nozzle neck thickness. Here user can put the nozzle neck size, pipe materials, etc. Now coming back to the start section, the PMT software is designed in such a way that user have to put the minimum input and will get the accurate higher accuracy output. So this is the brief representation of the whole PMT tank software. Okay. Thank you for your patience and support. And you can always subscribe this PMT software by pmttank.com and get subscription of this software over there. Okay, thank you.